My name is Steve Kirschenbaum, founder and CEO of SAT Preparation Group. I want to personally thank you for taking the time to learn about the basics of the SATs and ACTs. Let's review what the SAT, ACT scores mean and what level of scores certain colleges are looking for admission. Let's start with the SAT. The SAT consists of 3 subjects: critical reading, math, and writing. Each subject has a score range of 200, the lowest possible score, to 800, the highest possible score. The average score for each subject is approximately 500. The total score before March of 2005 was out of a possible 1,600 for math and reading only. If we add the 2 scores together, where the average score was about 1,000. But since the addition of the writing component, the total score is now out of 2,400 if we add the scores together, with an average score being about 1,500 for all 3 categories. A lot of people still focus on the math and reading only, which kind of breaks up the SAT into one out of 1,600 and another out of 2,400. The writing section of the SAT is a mix of an essay with 49 multiple choice questions combined together to make a score out of 800. As I mentioned, the average score for math and reading is about 1,000 and 1,500 with all 3 sections. A 600 in any subjects puts a student in the top 17% or so, and a 700 is the top 2%. On the other side, a 500, a 400 is in the bottom 17%, and a 300 is in the bottom 2%. Ivy League institutions like Yale, Princeton, and Cornell, and colleges on a similar level, such as Stanford, MIT, Caltech, and Duke, typically require SAT scores in the 700s for each subject. High-level academic state universities like the University of Florida, Virginia, Michigan, North Carolina, and California require mid-600 SAT scores. Typical state colleges like Penn State, Central Florida, Ohio State, Texas, and Colorado require mid-500s into the 600s. There are plenty of colleges that take scores from the mid-400s and up. Most colleges post their standardized test requirements on their respective websites, so you can get an idea of what it means to be in their bubble of possible scores. Here's the good news about the very difficult SAT test. Most colleges take the best composite score over several test administrations. In other words, if your best reading is from the October test, your best math from the January test, and the best writing from the June test, let's say, then the college will take those piecemeal scores to make the actual SAT score. Remember, you have to factor in grades and extracurricular activities as well when determining what colleges to apply to. The ACT is a different animal with its own scale where the top score is out of 36. The ACT tests English and writing, math, reading, and science. The questions are generally much easier than those on the SAT, but time is more limited, so you have to move faster through the sections. A 16 ACT score is equivalent to a 400 or so on the SAT. A 21 ACT score is about a 500 on the SAT. A 27 ACT score means the same as a 600 SAT score. And a 700 SAT score equates to an ACT score of about 32. The bottom line is that most colleges take the best of whatever test you score higher on, so it's best to take both to see which one you're better at and then focus on that one. By the way, many colleges are taking ACT super scores or best composite scores just like they do for the SAT. If you'd like more information, I have 20 plus free SAT ACT videos on frequently asked questions with lots of free content on life skills for young adults and teens that I'd love to share with you that will answer virtually every question you have about these difficult standardized tests and the real world. If you go to youthquest.org or prepsattest.com and click on the blog link, you can easily sign up and get all of them. Make today and every day a magnificent adventure.